Sync Point Alpha. Okay. Good evening. Hello to over opinionated Brit. Thank you, Jetson Hurd. Thanks for joining me. Have a nice weekend, Britt. Good evening. Just give me 1 second here. Okay. Hello, TikTok friends. How are you? Over Opinionated Brit stopped by to say hello. Can you hear me clearly? I hope so. Love and Feeling, Hannah Ree, hello. Carrie, how are you? Nice to see you. Happy Golden Hour. That's the name of our show now. The show that we have very much built together. I hope everyone's feeling well. Anna Ree, how are you this evening? And also hello to Judson Hurd over on Facebook. We've got, on Fridays, now we're spreading this feed around a little bit. So it's on 2 locations on Facebook and also on Twitch and YouTube. So, okay. We had a nice tribute today for one of our friends around, what was it, 12, 10 or 10:30 or 11 actually it was. So that was a nice part about today. I hope everybody's getting set to have a beautiful weekend here on this lovely Friday, July 21st. Judson Hurd on Facebook says it sounds great. And Judson, to my TikTok friends here that have started to come on in, on my Facebook I have a friend here by the name of Judson Hurd. His last name is spelled H-U-R-D. And the reason I tell you this is because he's on TikTok and he's an amazing pianist. He's also a fellow colleague. I'm watching you now, but I don't know how. It must be magic. Hello to Kimatsudo Sylvester on Facebook. Very dear friend of mine for many years now. It's good to see you here. Warms my heart to know you're here. And I mean that, I haven't been on Facebook so much anymore. And I'm, figuring it all out, I guess. Just like any of us. Are you reading or playing from memory? CC asks. Well, first of all, welcome, CC. Welcome into the TikTok live. And I'm playing from memory. During these TikTok live sessions, and now, and onto the other platforms as well, this is kind of like an extension of my studio work. I'm actually developing real songs here in these TikToks, and I'm modifying them various ways for all these different performances that I'm doing, and out of this emerges a finished track. So I'll play you a track that I just released last week called California Forever. And as is all of my music, the best way, if you hear something that you love and you say, hey, you know what, I want to participate in this and own his music to enjoy, you can find it at Bandcamp. If you just do a Google search for Jay Svec in Bandcamp, you can find it very easily. So this is California Forever. This is a track that got developed right here in the TikTok live. And this goes back to my childhood, and this is one of the ways that I overcame some of the generational trauma that was a part of my experience as a child was music. Well, it actually was the main way, because if you consider, I started playing when I was 3, and the piano became my escape hatch. I played it for several hours a day, very often, 4, 5, 6 days a week in between playing games and toys and this kind of stuff. But being an only child, Growing up in a rural area, the piano became like a deeper sense of just like a safe place or a fun place, or I would have adventures playing. I would imagine things and stuff. And one of the things I used to always imagine was seeing the rest of this country. And we had a picture book about California, and inside of it, I would get lost looking at the pictures while I was playing. And this track is about the realization of potential in dreams that you want to become realities when things start to transition, from what is inside of your mind and your heart's desire to in the real tangible sense. You're seeing it with your eyes, hearing it with your ears. It's a very enlightening moment, very powerful moment. Hello, Astro Poet and TikTok. How are you? Good to see you. Just getting my fingers warmed up here. Again, that was California Forever, and that's available in my Bandcamp. It was just released last week. I'm releasing a bunch of music now. Hey, Judson, thank you. I'm actually still learning to play that. So, Judson, I don't know. Judson's a fellow composer of mine. That we're colleagues. Together, we make music, and we share similar audiences across a few things. And, Judson, this is a track that evolved right out of my TikTok lives. And that's what I'm doing now. And I've developed a wonderful little community on TikTok. You should come check it out. It's kind of fun and very special and so exciting to create with these folks and share the intimacies of creating music in this way. It's kind of like the way I've always wanted to do it, and I'm just having the time of my life over there. Yeah, I'm talking about my TikTok family. So glad you're all here this evening. I'm surprised to see so many of you back since we had that impromptu early performance today at 10:30, and some of you have come back for yet more. Thanks for the gifts, Over Opinionated Brit. Okay. I'm going to stay in the key of D major for a minute. It's my green key. I've talked about synesthesia before. That is the effect that you feel color when you play music, or you hear music. It's an actual real psychological principle, actually neurological. And this key makes me feel like I'm deep in emerald green. I love to hike, and the woods are my safe place. Sometimes you hear the term forest. In the Pennsylvania Appalachian Mountains, we have woods. Mountains filled with woods. I could show you places in southwestern Pennsylvania that you would literally feel in the middle of July that you were inside of a emerald prism. This key always feels like a safe space. Okay. Let's see how everybody's doing here. Check in. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Carrie. Bill Bodkin, thanks for stopping by. Totally beautiful music, Bill says. Bill, in order to see something beautiful in me, there's got to be something beautiful in you, bud. So, I'll share the credit. Family vacation in Michigan for Astropoet, and Jace's music gently played over the lake waves. Oh, wow. Let's play some music over the waves. I've never been to Michigan. I don't think. Actually, no, I can't say that. I've been to Detroit. Carrie, love dog. How's it going? How about a waltz? Okay. I have to think about that for a second. Anna Ree, how are you? Just scrolling up through my list. Making sure I'm not missing any newcomers. Okay. If you're in the chat room and you're new to this show and you'd like to just reach out to the group and say hello and introduce yourself, I welcome you to do so at this time. It'd be great to know who you are and chime in and let us know you're here. If you have any thoughts you'd like to share with us about anything that's happening here, don't hesitate. So, Rachel has a sister that lives in Michigan. Very good. That I have not played in about a million years, and it shows, but I actually wrote that. That's a waltz that I wrote. There's a funny story behind that waltz, too, but we're going to leave that for another night. Michigan is a place that many underestimate, but its grandeur is unmatched. Wow, that's some high praise for Michigan. I have played Mozart's things in 3/4 time before. I Love Dogs. Just noodling around with the melody there. It's been years since I played that stuff. Haven't played that in a while either. Any new song ideas bouncing around? Oh, there's always some new song ideas dancing around in my head. A whole bunch. Right now I'm focused on releasing what I've developed here, so I'm finishing that stuff off, and then I'm always coming up with something new here almost every night. So, thank you for asking. I have 200 tracks of music that are in some state of production. 200. By the way, Kimatsudo Sylvester, Pat loved you and was always concerned for your welfare. She wanted to adopt you. Oh, it's so beautiful to say that. I loved Pat Kimatsudo, and I think of her regularly. I really do. Now, of course, my interaction with Pat involves having met her on Facebook and all the tremendous support that she's, messages and kindness that she's shared with me. So I naturally associate that experience with her. And truthfully, it's just not been the same. And my heart goes out to you as it always does. She's such an amazing, amazing human being. Let's dedicate a song for Pat tonight. This one's for Pat. Transformation. That's what music is about for me. Things come in one way and they come out another. Who I am when I sit down on this bench and who I am when I rise up at the end here is granted the same physical form, but something's transformed in me. I never feel the same way I felt when I sit down on the bench when I get up from when I sat down. My music always has a purpose, and sometimes it can be nebulous. It doesn't have to be one exact specific thing about one person, place, or event. But the song and the titles kind of arise from the purposes being shown in the music, and that track is really about resolve and staying upright when life comes at you with the steady kind of challenges that it comes with. And that's why I played that song for Pat, because Pat was a key feature of having someone to talk to. When you have someone like Pat to talk to and you don't have that connection anymore, so it can be a little challenging. And I just want you to know, Kima, that my heart's with you. It's good to see you again. All right. I'm patiently waiting for the reward. What are we talking about here? I hated piano lessons for another good trip. Oh, I think you're talking about piano lessons. You didn't like them, perhaps? Learning a musical instrument can be challenging, especially the first year. The first year of any musical instrument is dipped in challenges. I think it's really important to have a clear understanding of what you're doing and why you're doing it. And that is what has kept me, I guess. But then nobody should play the piano as much as I have. It's just not. There's no version of this reality that requires someone to spend 12,000 hours behind a piano from the age of, 17 to 31, and then again another 10,000 leading up to that point, and now it's been another 10,000 hours after that. I'm not joking. A lot of time has been invested in this, but for me, there's really no other way to live. I couldn't imagine a life without doing this. So my mother made me take lessons. Well, Carrie, maybe something to be grateful for is that it maybe grew your appreciation for music in some way. Usually that's what happens when people take piano lessons. Rachel says, my mom made my sister and I too. I think a lot of parents realize what music brings. It comes through the doorway with a lot of things. Your ability to focus, your ability to concentrate, your ability to be disciplined, to overcome challenge, to solve problems, to learn how to deal with frustration in a different way. So, yeah. There's a lot of interesting assets that come from dedication to music that only come from that place in this form that it comes in. Jace, your playing is a reward to the countless hours is a gift. Well, yes, Marty, I appreciate that perspective, and there's a tremendous amount of truth there. For me, playing is an extension of my ability to operate life. Again, it's about transforming things that happen to me, with me, around me, for me, against me. It's really a form of communication. You know, sometimes you hear people talk about the term musical virtuoso. Sometimes that can be a nebulous definition of what that means. To me, I think it's a journey, not a destination. And it's something that starts to happen, at least my glimpses of it. I'm not saying I am one. I'm just saying as being a virtuoso, what that might mean is that there's no really hard challenges impeding you from full expressivity at the musical instrument anymore. Whatever's in here can come out here in a very artful, meaningful way that requires a lot of dedication and skill. And of course, talent is mixed in there too. So That's a track entitled April. April, the month of April. Just April. And it's on my album entitled Mercury, which is, like most of these tracks, available at my Bandcamp page. Remember that it's right here. If you just do a quick Google search using those terms, it will take you straight there. Hello to Roseanne Kane over on YouTube. Thank you for saying hello. Any friends on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook that'd like to say hi? Go ahead and give me a shout out. I've brought my friends from TikTok on a little excursion to other platforms, and I'm going to start doing that on Friday. Hi, Lisa. It's nice to see your smiling face. I can see your emoticon anyway. It's got a big smile. My dogs are something. Sniring? They're doing something. Crying? Okay, so time sure does fly when we do this, doesn't it? It's 6 o'clock already. My goodness gracious. Just passed. But let's keep having some fun. Thanks for all my friends here on YouTube and Twitch saying hello, and thank you so much for another wonderful week, my TikTok family. 3 of my cats are sitting with me and listening and watching. Cool. Astro Poet says flute vibes. Okay. I wish I could lay down with my eyes closed and just listen forever. Oh, Anna Marie, thank you. I don't know if you've ever listened to a grand piano up close. They vibrate. I was mentioning the whole frame vibrates, right? And I had mentioned that sometimes in house concerts, people like to lay under the piano so that they can feel the vibration come down through. Because it's like a very, unique experience to feel the vibration in your arms and your legs from the actual instrument. Because literally, you're sitting under a soundboard when that's happening. It's a fascinating experience. Well, thank you, Carrie. Carrie's mentioning that my music is available for download at Bandcamp. Thank you. All right, let's do one more, and then we'll dart off and start our weekends. Pure perfection, Lisa says. Oh, thank you so much. I was feeling that one. I was very relaxed. Very relaxed. It's such a great feeling when you get in the zone playing music. You stop thinking about where your hands have to go. You're not thinking about what anybody might be thinking about you. You're not thinking about the things that happened to you that day. You're not thinking about the things that you have to do tomorrow. Astropoet made me cry. Well, that should be the one for you, Astropoet, because this is, being that you're an astronomy professor, that piece of music is about the starry night sky. All those millions of stars in the sky finding their way through time and space, through all these great, unfathomable distances that we struggle to try to comprehend, even in a mind so trained as yours, to understand them. I was reading today that sunlight, when it reaches our hand, it takes 8 minutes to get to Earth, but before it departs the sun, it takes 10 million to 100 million years for it to find its way. A photon from the interior of the sun. The things which must happen to bring us to be. The material that we're made out of from stars in the sky, deep in space somewhere in time. Vectors and forces and galactic concepts, all happening in some sort of chaos perfection thing, swirling maelstrom of energy. Over in Facebook land, Peggy Knoxwinkle says hello. Hey, Peggy. Nice of you to make your presence known. Kimatsudo Sylvester says, that was wonderful. Oh, thank you, Kima. It's been a pleasure to see you and have you here, and also Judson Hurd. And let's see, our friend Roseanne Kane stopped by to see us. And then, of course, my wonderful TikTok family. Carrie, thank you for joining me. Loving Feeling. Cheryl. Starlight, Starbright, we all are star seeds. Well, this is the thing. Yes, I can tell you the journey of the photon. I'd like to hear it sometime. Astropoet is our resident astronomer and poet. That's why she goes by Astropoet. Lisa. Thank you so much for loving my music the way that you do and just lifting me up all during the week through these shows. I'm absolutely loving getting to know you, and I appreciate you so much. Deb Schaefer. Love and feeling. Marty, hey, thanks for joining me, bud. The old Gold Branson I learned on. Oh my God, that's what I learned on. I had a Gold Branson upright piano. Isn't that wild? It's exactly what I played when I was a little boy. 3 years old. That's just crazy. It was constantly out of tune. Here, let me show you what it sounded like. Let's have a little fun here for a second. Let's see. I don't know if I have an upright. I don't have an upright here, but hang on. Just let me look here for a second. Well, the first thing is that it would be out of tune. So let's see here. Now that piano is actually the one I was playing for you, and it is slightly detuned because I like a slightly detuned piano. Listen to this, and then when I play this again, I'll show you what it sounds like when it's in perfect tuning, and let's see if you can hear the difference. Here's regular tuning. Imperfect tuning, slightly detuned. It's exactly what you've been listening to. Then in mint tuning, it sounds like this. See, to my ears, the sound has very sharp edges. Then as the piano starts to detune, it sounds like this. There's a wave that comes through there that starts to build all the way out to when it's completely worn out. Usually most pianos live right around here somewhere in between. When a piano starts to detune, it starts to have a natural chorusing effect. And as a composer, effects are something that I love. So I want to thank everyone again for this time. I want to thank friends on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Thanks for joining me. And also my TikTok family. I will see you again. I'll probably be on over the weekend trying and experimenting with new things here to get this show where I really want it to be. There's new things coming all the time. So please stick with me. Remember that all of my music is available for purchase. If you just Google my name, it'll take you there. And I just want to let everybody have a wonderful weekend, a safe weekend. And let's all come back on Monday and share some stories at 5 p.m. Pacific time. And if there's any last second things, just let me check here. Yes, everybody. Have a wonderful evening. I'll see you soon.